Hello, my name's William and welcome to this simple video tutorial on how to self-service your Windows-based computer system for free. The following method can be applied to all Windows XP, Vista and 7 systems. This method is a safe and simple way for the novice computer user to speed up and declutter their system. This method requires two programs which are free to download. The first one is called Malwarebytes Anti-Malware and the second one is called CCleaner. Once you have them downloaded and installed onto your system, the first one we are going to use is Malwarebytes Anti-Malware. So double click on the desktop icon. If this is the first time you've used Malwarebytes, I would make sure that you do go and update the software as soon as possible. When updating antivirus programs such as this here or scanners such as this here, it ensures that you have the latest virus definitions installed in your system. Also, if it's the first time you've used it, I would recommend performing a full system scan. As I've done this many times before, I usually do this once a week, and because of that a quick scan is enough to remove all the threats from my system. So click whatever one that you feel is necessary and then click scan. First of all, you'll see that it does a bit of work in the registry here, gets it in some sort of order, then it goes on to scanning the system memory. This system memory is not just your hard drive. This here is the memory your computer uses to start up all the applications when you first switch on your computer. Without getting too technical, the worst types of virus you can get on your system are ones that start up with the programs that start up before you're actually seeing your desktop. This means that when you try and stop these programs, they're already started and they have already integrated themselves into other programs, and they can stop you from removing these viruses. So now it scans the registry for any infections in the registry and then moves on to the files and folders. Because I've done this many times, I'm not going to sit and go through this, so I'll click abort scan. Once you finish your scan, you will get this here notepad log file popping up on the screen. Now, because I didn't complete the scan, it didn't find anything. This is a very useful tool if you do find some problems with your computer or if you do find some infections. What you can then do is you can copy the line or copy the name of whatever the system's found and open it up in Google and paste it into Google, because the chances are that if you've had this problem, somebody has had it before you, which is the case with most computer problems. So once we've ensured that all the malware is removed from our computer, we can then close this software. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to click Start and go into our control panel. Now this varies slightly between XP, Vista and Windows 7, but the gist of it is the same. Look for the Uninstall a Program option and click onto it. Here we can see this is all the programs installed in my system. Now because I do this regularly, I keep the minimum software I can on my system to ensure it runs fast, but you might find some software in yours that's pre-installed from whoever makes your laptop. For instance, if it's a Toshiba like mine, you would find a lot of Toshiba rubbish pretty much, and manuals and stuff and software that you may not find necessary. Some people do, but a lot of people don't. So once you've carefully went through this here and removed all the software that you feel you never use or that you use very rarely and can do without, then we can close this back down again. Now, a byproduct of installing and uninstalling programs is that every time you do that, it affects your registry, and this can cause a build-up of redundant files and errors in your registry. That's where this program CCleaner comes into effect. So double click on the desktop icon. Now, this program has a few really good tools, but we're only going to really focus on the cleaner and the registry. We're not going to really look at the tools option. Firstly, the cleaner. And daily use of your computer and surfing the internet and such, your computer builds up temporary files and templates of websites and pictures, but also builds up cookies and recently typed URLs. So as these build up, it can make your computer lag. So this here is a great tool for removing these here. So once you click on cleaner, go down and click the analyze button. Now because I do this regularly and I've actually done it today, it hasn't found anything. You might be surprised, you might find hundreds of megabytes to be removed in this way. So once it reaches 100%, go down and click Run Cleaner. It'll then work its way from 0 to 100%, removing all the files and deleting your internet history if you had it selected. You can actually, if you want to keep some things, deselect them from this left hand menu. Once that's reached 100%, go across to the left of the screen and click on Registry. Here you can see that this here shows up missing shared DLLs, ActiveX and class issues, and things like type libraries. These here can be issues that just happen to your computer over time with daily use. It doesn't necessarily mean you're doing anything wrong. Once you've clicked on registry, go down and click on scan for issues, and once again your computer will run from 0 to 100% and throw up any errors that are found in your system. And again, because I do this quite regularly and I've done it today, I'm not expecting to find anything, but you might find hundreds of problems with your registry if you have not done this before in the past. Once it reaches 100%, go down here to the right and click on Fix Selected Issues, and your computer will run through fixing all the issues. It usually doesn't take too long. It will also ask you if you want to make a backup of your registry. If you have never made a backup of your registry, it is a good idea to do so, in case by doing this here you remove a critical file from your system. So once you've done that and you've reached 100%, we're now finished with this software. This is where it gets slightly more complex, but not much. Click on Start, and with Vista and Windows 7 you have the search bar, which also doubles as the Run, which was on Windows XP. If you're using Windows XP, click Start and go into the click Run, and in this box we're going to type msconfig, enter, msconfig. This is a system configuration menu. Now you don't need to be a computer genius to work this menu, but I would say if you are a real novice, please disregard the boot and services aspect and just click straight into the startup. If you're a bit more proficient, you can use these here and have a look yourself, but I wouldn't recommend it if you don't really know what you're doing. So once you click on startup, these are all programs that start up with your computer. Whenever you click the power button, these are all programs that start up at the same time. That does not necessarily mean that they're visible on your screen when it starts up. What it basically means is that core aspects of these programs are running in the background, so that whenever you double click on the desktop icon, the programs open slightly faster, but not much. So you can see on my system here we have things starting up like my internet security. We might have had my Adobe Reader and my printer and QuickTime and Microsoft Office. I don't need these here unless I want them specifically open. So when you go through this list, they might all be checked on yours. So if you deselect them, and then once you're happy that you've deselected everything you don't need to open, click Apply and click OK. Once that's done, your computer should run quite a lot faster, because you've basically decluttered the system of all the stuff that builds up through general day-to-day use. That's not to say that you've done anything wrong in your system, it's just a byproduct of working in an operating system like Windows. Thanks for your time.